Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. And today we're going to be talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdom, episode 3, titled The Squire. My good sir. Um, so as far as this episode it just basically building up on the story as far as Duncan trying to enter the tournament and gain money. And one thing about this show that I'm gonna say, as far as the character wise, is Egg. I would say the way they describe him in the book, like, because of his head being shaved and how his eyes are so big and wide, he's the casting for that character is on point. That's one thing I'm gonna put. I give. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the other stuff, but as far as casting for the show, Dexter Soul and Soul as Egg, probably the perfect casting to play Egg, just the way they describe him in the book. But overall, episode 3, again, is still story building. You get to see one of the most brutal part in the book, where this horse gets impaled, and the way it's described in the book, they basically showed it kind of similar in the show. How grueling, just a horse wailing. But I think it was shorter on the show compared to the book. And when they describe how much pain the horse was in, but it just shows you how Duncan in that moment, how much he cares, like the wholesome relationship he has with Egg during that scene. He cares Egg's feel. Then they meet this lady who kind of reads their fortune and kind of gives Egg his fortune and how he's going to become king and all that. And Duncan, unaware who Egg actually is at the moment, laughs at it. But till later on, when the incident happened where Egg basically called Duncan to aid someone, and from that, not to spoil it, Egg kind of if you read the book, already know who Egg is, but he reveals who he is. But if you haven't read it, I'm not going to try to spoil it for everybody, but Egg goes ahead and reveals himself. So but one thing, Prince Arion Targaryen, who he just showcased, how much why people like kind of what kind of led to the downfall of the Targaryen, like how he boasts about how the dragon or or undefeated boy and stuff like that, which kind of led to him and Duncan's fight. But but not only that, it just foreshadows, how most of the Targaryen, or not all of, I don't want to go too much into the book because it's not every Targaryen that's like that, but it just showcased like how some of them are, which I believe will lead to their downfall. But again, Duncan, he does have this crush on Tenzo, and which kind of leads him to get in trouble later on in this episode. But overall, great episode. Still enjoy it. And I believe this show, just the way the writing is, other than the few scenes from the first and second episode that were very unnecessary. Overall, it's a great show. I'm really enjoying so far for episode 3. Can't wait to see what happened. It's pretty much getting close to where things starting to build up, and where Duncan's gonna have to prove himself basically as a knight. But overall, great show. But let's go ahead and jump right into it and give this episode its accolade. And as you guys are well aware, over here at the Critics Collective, 5 for excellent, 4 good, 3 average, 2 below average, 1 poor quality, and 0, as always, my favorite, horrible. I'm gonna give this show's episode. I'm gonna give it a 4. 4. It was good. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Pretty much enjoyed it. But overall, as I grade these episodes towards the end, I'm gonna give this whole season a final grade, a final accolade, as we all say over here. But overall, great episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, leave a comment down below. But of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you soon. Y'all have a good one.